So this is a plead from Sam here at the Football Connect. Sorry guys, we had to do this video very late because we had some problems with the network services, with the internet. You even saw that today yesterday we were not able to finish the game. We were actually beaming live because the network service could not allow us. So when I'm talking to the people that send that, there's something that is happening with their things and they're maintaining the stuff. So I had to do a quick one earlier in the morning before my day even began. So let me know what are your thoughts in the comment section. But first thing that I want to talk about is England. It's coming home. And welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect. I'm your host Sam, and we are back again with another one, and we are talking Euro 2020. This is Euro Talk, and we are covering exactly what happened yesterday and what's going to happen today. We're going to be talking about a lot of things, and some of the things you might actually be shocked about. It's going to be exciting, that is for sure. I'm going to make sure that it is fun because that's all I want to bring, which is the entertainment. But the first story we have to talk about is Croatia and England. The important part that we have to talk about in this story is this: England made it at the top of the group in the round of 16. So that is huge. For me, that is really huge. A lot of things, a lot of people were talking about how much this team was going to be disappointing a lot. A lot of people were worried, especially when they didn't win against Scotland. And for me, the way I feel when I look at that game is this: this was just pressure that was on top of the people who were preparing on the game. I'm just talking about the managers and everyone, because whenever England does even a small movement, the whole country, the whole world shakes. Let me tell you. So as much as we want to agree with whatever I'm saying or disagree with whatever I'm saying, is this: whenever anything happens, you guys are always going to be looking for them for a response from England. And they are doing their best they can, guys. These are human beings who are performing at one of the most level best to prove to the world that they have something to offer. So whenever you see them not really doing on a game, know that maybe you have put so much pressure at the public. These guys, you are expecting a lot from them. Let me just give you something. A lot of people, they pretend like they don't care about England. I get that. A lot of people, they pretend that they don't care about England, mainly because most YouTube views or videos we watch, which are football related, are made by the English, and maybe you will try to get back to one creator who you don't really like and stuff like that. But or also because the players that are playing in the club that they play for, you are not really a fan of, so you want to get back to them by trying to demoralize them on social media. Now I get that. Some people, you just have that weirdness that you have on them. So every single time whenever England plays, you are expecting more from them, which I feel like it's not really fair. But who am I to judge? I'm just here to talk about the football. That's what I love. So when they play, when Sterling scores, we are gonna be happy, of course, even though you don't want to show it. We are gonna be happy. You're not like the same of those people who's gonna shout and celebrate like I do. Some people just have some that weird thing, but anyway, we don't really care about that one. We move on to the next stage. The most important thing is that they have made it to the round of 16, and they made it at the top of group. And to make it even more better, this game that they played, they did one better, beating the team that beat them in the last time when they were playing in the, was this semi-final? not really. Yeah, it was the semi-final of the World Cup. They came in and they beat the team that beat them to go to the next stage, which was Croatia. Which, for me, I felt like it was a big statement to the world, telling the world that they are actually improving. They are not stopping down. Southgate is actually doing something right. He's adding new blood. He's adding new players with a lot to give. One thing that you can say, well, even though they might not be performing well, England have created this group of young men and old people, not really old, but those people, players who are now at their peak of players together, who are able to work together to produce the best. And it's just a matter of time before maybe they play at a level that every single person want them to play. And it's not gonna be easy when you're always on their keys. I know how that feels, but they are trying by all means to produce something that they can be proud of, that their friends can be proud of. Also that when you're walking out on the street, when you're seeing it's coming home, it actually means that it's coming home. So on the game between England and Czech Republic, I didn't really watch a lot of it, but they had the dominant side. They missed a lot of chances. Sometimes Pickford had to save more than usual and stuff like that. And sometimes he had to play some important roles. One thing that I can tell you, this team is maturing. It's really, really maturing. It's moving from being kids to actually mature stage. Pickford, of all people, has actually been one of the most leaders in controlling the movement of the ball. That didn't happen in the past, but now you can see that there is a change in the team. There is maturity. There is something that is happening without the likes of Henderson or the people we expect to see every single day, while we're adding the likes of Grealish, Babasaka, and all the things. There is a change, and you need to be proud of that. That it means a lot to the English and everyone that is there out there. Also, before I go in with her, give some respect to the young players that Southgate keeps giving the chance to lead, the young players that Southgate keeps putting in this team, to put him in that team, because really it shows that he's trusting these guys and what they're doing, and they're putting them on a level best, which for me, I have to say, I was really proud of to see. Anyway, just getting that out of my mouth. Okay, so the Czechs finished with 4 points. England finished with 7 points. Croatia finished with 4 points. Then Scotland finished with 1 point. Now, now, in my book, that doesn't really make sense. How's that doesn't really make sense? It makes sense though. Scotland beat Croatia in the building up to this side, but when they play this time, Czech Republic. Oh, I mean Scotland beat Czech Republic building up to this, but now when they meet again in this, they were beaten. It shows you that there was a shift. Czech Republic virtually allowed themselves to grow, to mature, and be better. And also, they've got some of the best players who are scoring goals in the field. So for that, there's always that shift in changing in terms of their mindset and how they concentrate in the world of football, which I have to say I definitely love and really respect. So let's see how that goes anyway. So do me a favor, click the like button. Let's not even waste time on that. So finishing on top for so what happened was this: the last game that Scott said to play, if they'd won that game, they would have actually made history, being in contention of actually qualifying to the round of 16, either as one of the third best or actually going there as number no, not really number two, but going there as the third best. They just had to beat Croatia together, because they had 1 point that they picked up from England. They just had to beat Croatia. So, I'm a sucker of an amazing emotional story. One thing that you can actually check, I've just Denmark story to making it to the round of 16. You can go watch it. These are some of the things that I talked about yesterday, and some of the things that I had to mention, or not yesterday, the day before yesterday, because I'm a sucker of these amazing stories. I want to tell a story, and an emotional story always speaks to me. That's why I had to do that. So I could not get the story that I was looking for from Scotland. You can even check the watch along. I wanted this Croatia to be shocked and to be beaten by Scotland, because that was gonna mean that a team that people were not expecting to make it have actually scored. But also, I can always make a little small story there, which is Craig Bailey. The guy who's always on the what do we call that? Who's always on that team, and what if and something, it's out of my head. the TV show, Craig Bailey was the only last player of Scotland to score a meaningful goal in a world tournament. And yesterday, that was right after a player scored a goal, which for me was an amazing goal. That shows you that there is movement. There is something that is happening. They are coming back. The team of Andy Robertson, the Scotland that I saw, I believe that with other new players, it's a good team, and they can still come back and give you some crazy, crazy shocker. And that's one thing that we love in football: seeing a team that people have not been looking at or not even putting any respect on coming in back and actually doing something that matters. Shall come there and give you something that all of you can smile with. So that's what has been happening at this moment. We have to definitely wait and see where we go from here. But yes, that's what happened. Congratulations to England and Scotland and also Czech Republic, because we all know that with the points that they are one of the best teams to make it to the round of 16 as the third best. So that's a good story as well to tell. I really enjoy to watch the good stories anyway. So do me a favor, click the like button and subscribe to the Football Connect. This story, I cannot really spend a lot of time on this because we have already covered all these things. We've already talked about this. If we are doing it, we're just keeping on doing a repetition, which is not going to help either of us. Now let's move on to the next stage, which is maybe me just giving you the stats of all the games that are coming on today. We have some interesting games, and me giving you my predictions. 4 games are going to be played today, like the day before yesterday, and trust me, they're going to be exciting. That's one thing that I'm sure about. They're going to be exciting. They're going to give us that thing that we're looking for, the excitement that we always want to see from football, the things that we always want to talk about in football. So I hope you guys, when you prepare for this, your mind and you're focused to hear what the story is all about. So let's get that right on the way. So as you can see, I was actually doing the Czech Republic England. There's 7 shots for by Czech Republic, 3 by England, 3 on target by England, and 1 for Czech, 4 corners to 6, and 2 offsides to 5, and 10 fouls to 11, 1 yellow card. That's it. That's how we story. And it was a good game either way. Then the Scottish. No, okay. Scottish. It's just taking time to load. Oh, sorry. It finished the 3-1, by the way, to Croatia. But anyway, who's counting? Who's counting? They needed the goals because that was the only thing that they're going to help them to go on top of Czech Republic. So, yes, they had 11 shots both of the times. Croatia 6 on target, 3 on Scotland, and 7 corners to 5, 4 offsides, 4 to 1, and 10 to 8 fouls, and 1 to 1 yellow card. Scotland really wanted this one, really wanted this, but didn't really wake up on them. But I'm just happy that we can always say, even though the tournament is over, that McGregor did score a goal. See, McGregor did manage to score a goal. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Now we go to the build up, looking at the fixtures, looking where we are going from there. Sorry for that. Takes time to load. Okay, fixtures. Of course, there are the fixtures. We have Slovakia versus Spain. We have Sweden versus Poland. We have Germany versus Hungary. We have Portugal versus France. Now, there are some interesting games to talk about. Slovakia versus Spain. Spain need to win a game. They might draw and actually make it with the draw, but they need to win a game because they have not been performing so well. We have Sweden versus Poland. Now, Poland, with what that point that they got, they have confidence that if they beat Sweden, they can actually have a chance. Hungary versus Germany. Now, Germany is a good team. We saw it against Portugal that they can pull out some shockers in them, but they were talking about Hungary. Hungary gave problems to France and Portugal. What's going to happen? It's going to be interesting. And France were the team that beat Germany, but they had to draw with it. So the football is really a crazy game. Let's give it some time and we'll see what happens. Then that's it. Let's go into the tables for both clubs to actually explain everything that we have here. Looking at Group C and F, of course. C, Sweden on top with 4 points. Slovakia are so following with 3, then Spain with 2, Poland with 1. So what has to happen here? The team that we are saying that the favorite, Spain, has to win the game, and they're playing with Slovakia. If they beat Slovakia, they go on top of them with 5 points. If they beat, I mean, if they actually literally score goals, they go on top of them. In Poland, if they win against Sweden, they just jump to number 4 and they go on top of Sweden as well. So there is a possibility that the two teams at the bottom can go up. How are they going to go up? I don't know. Poland, they just have to beat Sweden, and Spain have to beat Slovakia. They have to make sure that they win. But also something can happen. Spain can draw with Slovakia, which is not going to do them well, because it means Slovakia move to number 4 points and they move to 3 points. So they'll be out of the tournament, that's for sure, because there are already a lot of number 4s that are there. So it will be hard for them to make it. So that's all I can say. Spain has to win today. And I hope Enrique stop trying to do the experiment of trying Morata and actually put the players like the ones who can win them the games. That's all I'm saying. Coming down to France, Germany, and Portugal. France are on top with 4 points, 3 points to Germany and 3 points to Portugal. Hungary with 1 point. The interesting part is this: if Hungary manage by any chance to beat Germany, they go 4 points up top on top of Germany. If Portugal beat France, they go 4 points they go to 6 points, which they top the group. But also on top of that, if Portugal are beaten by France, they are remaining at 3 points, which means they might be likely to be one of the clubs that are chopped off. So it's going to be exciting to see what happens. These are the world's best. This is the group of death where we need to see who's going to win it. Hungary picking up a point against France, that was a big thing. That was a huge thing. Nobody expected it. They should have picked up another point with Portugal, but things didn't really go their way. But nobody really expected it. So football is really looking well, and don't be surprised that today we might have some of the heavyweights being knocked out. I'm just saying, don't be surprised. Just be ready for anything, people. So thank you very much for watching. I don't want to waste a lot of time talking, but let me just give you my predictions to make it interesting before I go. As much as my time is already up, that's why I'm running this thing now. I'm running this show. I'm running it a little bit faster because Euro is here as well. So, Slovakia versus Spain. I think Spain are going to win this. I hope that they do. Sweden versus Poland. For the love of a good story, I would love to see Poland beat Sweden by 1-0. Hungary versus Germany. I want to see Hungary make a shocker, beat Germany by 1-0, just 1-0 to make things interesting in this group. Then Portugal versus France. I very, very much would love to see what happens in this game, but I'm 100% sure that France are going to win this game either by 2-1, because I believe mindset, like mental-wise, they're stronger than Portugal, and Portugal, after that defeat from Germany, they need to rise back. So you might be surprised that the bigger two would be knocked out of these groups. Never know which one is it, but it's what we are expecting to see. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Sam, and this has been Euro Talk episode 13. Click the like button and subscribe to the Football Connect. Don't forget to go watch the journey. Denmark making it to the round of 16. It's gonna be an interesting one. I'm still working on a lot. Maybe I'll actually try to shoot something, because I'm working on trying to create some stories with the Football Connect. I'm just a sucker for stories. So let's see if that works out for me. Goodbye. See you later.
Beats the goalkeeper. They're just lost for words. He is just brilliant. Georgie Best, Diego Maradona, Johan Cruyff.